All right, I've got 7 o'clock. Mr. Verizon has 7 o'clock, so we can start. Call the Wednesday, August 14, 2024, regular meeting of the Granby Inland Wetlands Watercourse Commission to order. First action item on the agenda is to approve the minutes from July 10th, 2024. So they were distributed sometime last week. I'm sure everyone's read them and digested them, so I take a motion to approve unless someone has a different idea.
So moved.
Okay, second
Second.
by Fred. Any further discussion, revisions to the minutes, anything like that? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain. I abstain.
2 abstentions and 3 abstentions for approving. All right, next item number 3 on the agenda tonight, 115 Simsbury Road, Town of Granby, permit application to what?
We're missing someone.
Who?
Kate.
Oh. Well, let's get through the agenda. We could take that up under other business. 115 Simsbury Road, Town of Granby, permit application to construct a sidewalk, crosswalk, and replace an existing culvert with associated site work within a regulated area. We accepted this application at the last meeting. It wasn't set down for a public hearing. I don't believe any request for a public hearing was received by staff. So we can consider it and move to approve or disapprove tonight. There was a memorandum submitted by Ms. Kenyon, just kind of fleshing out a little bit more of what was presented to us at the last hearing. Do you want to address that, Abby, before we deliberate?
Abby Kenyon, Director of Community Development. Just to provide a quick overview of the project for those of you who are not here. The town is proposing to enhance pedestrian safety at Holcomb Farm through the installation of a sidewalk on the west side of Simsbury Road. It will lead to a crosswalk that would extend across Simsbury Road and connect to a sidewalk on the east side of Simsbury Road that would lead and connect to the gravel farm road that provides access to the tree trail and the trail network on the eastern side of the street. It does also involve the replacement and extension of a culvert that currently extends under the existing gravel farm road there. So the plans were presented at the July meeting. There have been no changes to the plan set. There was a question about tree clearing at the last meeting, and I did confirm with the town engineer and public works that there's no significant tree clearing required as part of the project, aside from just clearing out some of the brush and vegetation in the vicinity of the culvert where the pipe is going to be replaced there. So happy to answer any other questions the commission may have.
Someone mentioned, I think it was you, Fred, the stone wall.
Yeah.
Yes, and this does not involve any work to the stone wall.
Well, you want the town to fix it?
To fix it.
Repair it?
Sure.
It is noted though, and I'll be discussing that further, but not part of this project.
I mean, it's not, you're not talking a lot of money.
Maybe the Boys and Girl Scouts can fix it or something.
Good idea.
Or Eagle Scout.
Or the Eagle
Yeah.
Scout project. Save the town some money.
Good.
Excellent ideas. Any other questions for?
There has been some work going on out there. I was out there yesterday, as a matter of fact, and somebody was, I guess it may have just been clearing brush, but it looked like there might have been some digging going on as well.
There is some work around the farmer's house there. So looking at installing a fence, some sidewalk in the proximity of the house. Where exactly was?
On the other side, on the east side, right at the dirt road, somebody was standing in the dirt road, and it looked like they were working on that swale that comes in. There's a very wet area there.
Okay. All right. I'll check with Public Works, but I'm not aware of anything.
didn't look serious or anything like that. Just surprised that the work had started without.
No, I can, yeah, I'll look into that in more detail, but at least everything associated with this permit is on hold until the commission reviews.
Does it say how wide it's going to be?
I'm sorry, what's
Does it
that?
say how wide it's going to
I believe it's a 5-foot crosswalk.
Oh.
I'm sorry, sidewalk.
be? And the crosswalk is just this paint. It's not.
Yes, yep, just standard,
I
yeah.
mean, anybody that's made that run, I mean, with a bunch of kids, it's a
Yeah. This
scary proposition.
is going to be awesome.
So that's good.
It's much
It's
needed.
really good. I hate, that's the one part when I go down there, especially with the kids, it's like, oh, I want to go across the street. And it's like, run for your lives. You know?
Yeah.
So,
I've got a general question about those triangles that are
Yeah, painted
just
on,
prior to crosswalks.
yep.
What are they for?
Intended to provide some advance warning in addition to the signs. So it's, yeah, painted on the pavement there on the road will be those triangles, so vehicles know as they're approaching, and then also there will be signage.
Never look like enough distance to make any difference in your driving or braking between those triangles.
Those are CYA triangles, okay?
there's no light, is there lights or anything?
Not yet, till someone gets hurt.
I mean, yeah, no, it's better than not having the crosswalk, I guess, but.
We start with the crosswalk and work our
Right.
way up.
Okay.
So there is a draft approval letter included in the meeting packet. These are the standard conditions of approval, but certainly happy to answer any questions. Or certainly the commission identifies anything else that should be addressed in there.
Yeah, I reviewed them, obviously. There are 7. They're pretty standard conditions. The Office of Community Development notified at least 48 hours before the start of construction. The town shall inspect the installed erosion controls prior to the start of any work that results in earth disturbance activities. All work shall be in conformance with the approval and application materials as submitted with the permit application and approval. Erosion controls shall be maintained until the site has achieved permanent stabilization, and that's defined in the proposed conditions. Excavated soil shall not be brought off property without notification and approval of the Office of Community. That's typically what we include in these approvals. Permit's obviously valid for 5 years, and that when they're done with construction, we'll be notified, this commission will be notified. Any discussion about the conditions, more conditions, strike conditions? Okay. I'd entertain a motion to approve this application with those 7 enumerated conditions.
I make a motion that we accept it with those 7 enumerated conditions.
Very good, thank you.
I'll second it.
Vicky seconded. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No abstentions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Next is 5 commissioner reports, correspondence. I don't have any reports. Does anyone have any reports that they want to bring forward? Other than the observation that we thought Kate was going to be on board in August and she's not on board yet. Any update on that?
Yes, please.
Yes, so Kate will be at the September meeting. I did meet with her last week to bring her up to speed on some projects. So she is on board, just wasn't able to make it tonight. But yes, we are very excited to have her back, as I'm sure you all are as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. We're looking forward to it, obviously. Especially Vice Chairman Oakley. Karen is really looking forward to it. Renee, have you received any correspondence other than the letter that I received from Pullman and Comley? Okay, so under correspondence, I received as chairman, a letter from the law firm of Pullman and Comley. I'll read it into the record. Dear Mr. Ladati, please be advised that this office represents KCE CT11 LLC, a subsidiary of Key Capture Energy. who are developers of battery energy storage systems. This letter is being sent to inform you that the above named, I don't want to repeat it, intends to develop a 4.99 megawatt battery energy storage system to be located on a 4.85 acre parcel of land at 100 Salmon Brook, Granby, Connecticut. In connection with this proposed project, KCE, et cetera, will be filing a petition for declaratory ruling with the Connecticut Siting Council on or after July 26, 2024, which obviously has already passed, seeking the council's approval of the battery energy storage project at the project. You are receiving this notice in accordance with the Siting Council's regulations as a government official. Once filed, a full digital copy of the initial petition will be provided to the towns of Granby and East Granby. In addition, an electronic copy of the petition will be available on the Siting Council's website at www.ct.gov/CSC. Should you have any further questions or concerns regarding this matter, please contact me at 860-424-4315 or the Connecticut Siting Council. Signed, Lee D. Hoffman, I guess is
Yay.
a lawyer at Pullman and Common. So I guess this just, to meet the regulations of the Siting Council, they sent us this correspondence.
Yeah, they're required.
They're required to.
This is in regards to the solar array?
No, it has nothing to do with the solar. It is completely different from the solar.
It's next door to the solar.
It's next door to it's in between Mill Pond Drive, all this on our side, and the solar. There's a 6-acre parcel back there that is really logistically, you can't get to it. Because of the way Orco did the design of all the buildings on Mill Pond. So there is one right-of-way on Mill Pond. It is a utility-only right-of-way through their Jim Larwood's building, which is where Kai has Tiger Belly and the laundromat. And so it's a 17-foot right-of-way, and it basically runs right in front of Kai's restaurant. And the building's going to take 6 to 8 months. And they say they're not going to need big trucks in there. And they say they're not going to have to remove that island on Mill Pond, but there will be, and they're going to have to. So everybody on Mill Pond, well, not everybody, me, David, Kai, Jim Larwood, and Acorn are meeting with these guys next week. Yeah, the 21st.
Why is the siting commission involved in this?
Because it's utility. And so therefore, what we've been told is the town of Granby has a lot of say in it, but ultimately we don't have the,
No.
right.
It's the state. It's
Exactly.
the state taking more and more
Exactly.
power
So,
away from towns.
and what they've done so far when they were doing all the site work has been horrendous to us on Mill Pond, because the well drilling guys went into David's property. They went to the wrong address. They went into David's property. They backed over his curb. They took down the trees in the back, and Call Before You Dig even did the same thing. And so they're a little upset right now. And Kai's really upset because he just was clueless. He got the certified letter from Pullman and Conley and read it and goes, oh yeah, that's great for the town, threw it away. Like, Kai.
Can we just be clear for the record? This meeting you're having is not in your capacity as a wetlands.
No, correct, no, it's a
Thank you.
private meeting.
It's a private
Yes,
meeting.
It's a private meeting.
Isn't that where they were going to put the storage units?
Yes, correct.
And there is wetlands there?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
They are building, as far as I can see,
Yeah,
because I
'cause
went to
I pulled
the,
it back up, yeah.
yeah, they're building on the only buildable spot, basically, on the lot. And they're putting a big fence with barbed wire around it. And supposedly, after construction, it's going to be empty. There's going to be no one there. They monitor it from afar. And the batteries are 8 foot high, I think it was. And I've forgotten the length.
Connected to what?
They're connected to the grid.
To what? What's the benefit of having them there?
I believe that they are backup because I don't know if you ever noticed, it just happened to me last week. Google notifies you when the grid is over capacity, and it actually, if you've got a Google Nest and stuff like that, it'll turn it down. So apparently this is for when that happens on the grid, or when we lose power, this battery system will support, and this is how I understand it so far, will support the grid.
But so who's actually,
It's a private company.
like, and just at their discretion, they want to build these things to support the grid, or is it?
They've done it all over the country.
See,
Yeah, what
Yeah.
for? I mean,
Yeah. It's apparently it's a thing, which I'm learning about.
how
So
is
who
that?
pays them to do that? The power company?
I don't know. I don't know that end of it.
They store the power, then they sell it back. Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like the stock market thing.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
no, there are wetlands, inland wetlands there.
Right.
Correct.
Well,
Yeah.
there's,
So who on the siting commission is inland?
I don't know
wetlands expert?
anything about the siting
but there,
commission yet.
I mean, I think we're getting a little far afield.
Yeah.
There's nothing before us. We
Yeah.
can, we can discuss this off record.
Yeah.
There- I don't know whether they're gonna come back as, like they did a presentation when they did the
Yeah,
solar.
do you know, Abby? I don't know.
Do you know whether they will come back and do a presentation so people can, in Granby, can hear
Well, they
what's
had
going
the
on?
open house.
Yeah, so they did present to Board of Selectmen on Monday night. The materials are posted on our website, and you can also view their presentation on GCTV. It was recorded. They did have a public open house on Wednesday as well. In terms of going directly to boards and commissions, as it is under the jurisdiction of the Siting Council, I don't know if they're going to be doing that or not.
I don't know.
But certainly as more information becomes available through the Board of Selectmen, we'll be sure to
Yeah.
get that out.
I don't know.
When, with the solar project, we were told to like put our concerns down and, give them to the selectmen. Should we do that with this?
I would wait for guidance from the Board of Selectmen on that, and we'll be
Alright.
sure to communicate anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
because one of the guys at the open house this week said, if you're concerned, you need to voice that. The town needs to be very aggressive in their communication with the siting council.
Mr. Flanagan, it's not a public hearing,
I
but
just, I know it's not public, but at the select board meeting the other day, before they had the public,
Could you use the podium, please?
you use the podium? There's a lot of things I gotta say, but I'm not. The town hired an attorney, Mr. Dorenzo from Updike, Spencer and Kelly,
Spellacy.
Spelsey. Sorry, Mr. Kelly, I know him personally, he's very old, but the attorney was going to set up where the public, the town of Granby, could speak to the site council, where there would be a public session for us residents. You're asking about the site council, it came to my knowledge
No,
last.
we're not asking anything.
Well, no, he's talking about site council, just happened to
No, we're
be.
not, it's not a public hearing.
Well, anyway.
As a courtesy, I gave you I appreciate the information you just gave us about the public
Right.
being set up that's valuable, thank you.
Well, also as valuable is everybody says, the site council is the supreme rule, but the site council shut down battery storage in Hamden, Connecticut.
Thank you. All right. Anyone else have any other correspondence they want to bring up? All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Wow, this is a record.
Did I beat your record?
Yes, you did.
How much did I beat it by?
11 minutes.
Well, it would have been more if Mr. Flanagan didn't come. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.